My name is Amanda Kenyon, and I have the special honor of being one of Joelle's best friends. Joelle and I have known each other for 8 years, which, in comparison to the span of our lives, seems like a very short amount of time. But those 8 years have been filled with commitment, sisterhood, and adventure. Through the length of our relationship, Joelle has always called out the adventure in me. During our time in high school, we would set out to explore Carbon Canyon and other parks at night. Joelle, always full of confidence and excitement, would lead the hikes. Her steadfastness and absence of fear amazed me. Okay. I grew up full of fear. Fear of bad people, fear of the dark, and fear of the infamous toilet monster. Yes. Spending time with Joelle and observing her calm disposition during what I perceived to be scary situations gave me the strength to throw off fear and discover my own love for adventure and risk. I didn't realize it at the time, but Joelle, you were calling out who I was truly meant to be. Joelle, thank you for leading me on those hikes and for helping me to overcome my fears. Your free spirit and adventurous heart are some of your greatest, strongest strengths. These qualities are not only found in your love for nature, but also in your relationship with God. You have always expressed such freedom and unyielded love in your walk with Jesus. It is this unhindered devotion that will lead many people to the arms of Christ. As you live in the freedom God has given you, those around you will begin to experience his freedom. I believe that this is one of the many adventures that the Lord has for you and Paulo. Speaking of Paulo, I would just like to say that he is a gift, not only to Joelle, but to anyone who has the pleasure of meeting him. I have the honor of having deep relationship with both the bride and the groom. And today I get to say that two of my best friends got married. As many of you know, I had the opportunity to go with Joelle Joelle to Brazil in 2013 to meet Paulo. What you may not know is that was not the first time that we had met. Our first encounter was at Vineyard Anaheim, and I spent, no joke, 15 minutes trying to pronounce his name. I called him Pablo, Paco, Paolo, and a various assortment of other names. He was very patient with me, and it wasn't until 3 years later when I would travel to Brazil that I would successfully master the pronunciation of your name. One thing that has always struck me about Paulo is his comfortability with people. People are naturally drawn to him. God has blessed you with much favor, Paulo. People can't help but want to be near you. You have a rich sense of humor and a deep capacity for love. From our time in Brazil to now, I have watched you love Joelle, my best friend, well. You have prayed unceasingly for her, you have fought for her, and you have fiercely pursued her. Today, God honors you and your prayers. When I think of the two of you, there are two words that come to mind: purposeful and impactful. I've experienced both aspects. Each of you pursues a relationship with purpose and intention. Joelle, it was your intentionality that led me to Brazil and provided an opportunity for me to meet my Brazilian family. You are so purposeful in deepening your relationships with people. Paulo, you also have this quality. You fiercely pursue people, and it is this tenacious intentionality that won Joelle's heart. Not only are you guys purposeful, but you have a wide range of impact. You naturally impact those around you just by being yourselves. I know because I've experienced it. Thank you for consistently blessing my life. I love you both so much. To Joelle and Paulo.
Se eu pudesse definir Em uma só palavra, você,
Son, if I could define you in just one word,
eu diria alegria.
I would say joy.
Você chegou, você nasceu num tempo de muita dor, luto.
You were born in a time of a lot of pain
A
and
nossa,
loss
nossa família.
in our family.
Mas a tua chegada transformou o riso, a dor em riso,
But your arrival has transformed the sadness in laughter
e o luto em festa.
and the emptiness, the loss in celebration.
E essa alegria tem te acompanhado todos os dias, meu filho.
And this joy has been with you all the time, my son.
E como disse Amanda, por onde você passa, você transmite alegria, você destila alegria.
And as Amanda has just said, wherever you go through, wherever you go, you take joy with you.
E Deus te deu uma imensa capacidade de cativar as pessoas, de trazer as pessoas para perto de você.
And God has given you a great capacity to draw people near you.
E não importa a raça, a cor, a condição financeira,
And it doesn't matter the ethnicity, the color, the financial situation.
para você todos são iguais.
For you, everyone is the same.
E isso é um dom de Deus, porque é assim que Ele nos vê e nos ama.
And that is a gift of God because that's how He sees us and He loves us.
E se eu pudesse, eu quero te dar um conselho,
And I want to give you a word of advice
que está na palavra de Deus.
that is in the Word of God.
Maridos,
Husbands,
amai as vossas mulheres,
love your wives
como Cristo amou a
as
igreja,
Christ has loved the church,
dando a sua vida por ela.
giving His life.
Não tem outra receita.
There is no other recipe.
É amar a esposa acima de tudo,
Loving your wife as nobody else.
tendo Deus como Senhor.
Having God as your Lord.
Joel,
Joel,
você é tão doce,
you are so sweet,
tão meiga,
so tender,
mas ao mesmo tempo uma mulher forte e determinada nos seus propósitos.
but at the same time a strong and determined woman in your goals.
Provérbios diz, mulher virtuosa, quem achará?
In Proverbs it says, virtuous woman, who will find her?
O seu valor excede ao de finas joias.
Her value exceeds fine jewelry.
O Paulo e a minha família ganhamos de presente do Senhor
Paulo and our family has been given a present, a gift from the Lord.
uma linda joia preciosa que é você.
This beautiful, precious jewel that's you.
Seja bem-vindo à família Chaves.
You're welcome to the Chavez family.
No Maciel.
É uma honra para mim ter a oportunidade de falar nesse dia tão especial.
It's an honor for me to be able to speak on such a special day.
Mas ao mesmo tempo é um desafio muito grande
And
fa-
at the same time, it's a huge challenge
falar sobre uma das pessoas mais importantes da minha vida,
to talk about one of the most important people in my life.
Tato. Você sempre foi um grande exemplo para mim,
Tato, you have been always a great example to me.
alguém que eu admirava muito e falava com muito orgulho para todo mundo. Aquele é meu irmão.
Someone that I admired so much, always admired so much. And with a lot of pride, I told everyone, that is my brother.
Vendo a maneira com que você amadureceu e enfrentou tantas dificuldades, esse orgulho só aumentou.
And see, just watching the way you grew up and you matured in such difficult situations, that pride is even stronger.
E em meio a desentendimentos, nós sempre soubemos falar na nossa união, falar mais alto.
In the midst of all our misunderstandings, our union has spoken even louder.
Eu não sei se você lembra, mas tem uma música que você falava que era nossa.
I don't know if you remember that you always said that there was this song that was our song.
E ela diz: as coisas podem ter mudado, mas uma coisa continua a mesma. No meu coração você permaneceu.
And it says, things may have changed, but for me, one thing remains the same. In my heart, you are there.
E eu tenho certeza que tudo pode mudar, menos o que a gente sente um pelo outro.
And I know that in our lives everything can change, but except for what we feel for each other.
Joel, quando eu penso em você, o primeiro sentimento que eu tenho é de gratidão.
Joel, when I think of you, the first feeling I have is gratefulness.
Gratidão a Deus porque você é a resposta de tudo que a gente pediu a Ele para a vida do meu irmão.
Gratitude towards God because, first of all, you are everything we always prayed for my brother.
E porque agora a gente pode ter você perto da gente.
Because now we can have you near us.
Agora eu não posso mais dizer que eu não tenho irmãs, porque eu
Não.
acabei de ganhar uma.
Now I cannot say that I don't have a sister anymore because I have just been given one.
Seja bem-vindo à nossa família.
Be welcome to our family.
Eu te admiro muito e eu sei que meu irmão não podia ter escolhido alguém melhor.
I admire you so much, and I know that my brother couldn't have chosen somebody better than you.
Eu amo muito vocês e a felicidade de vocês é a minha também.
I love you so much, and your joy is my joy.
Que Deus abençoe a família linda que vocês formaram hoje.
May God bless the beautiful family that you guys are starting today.
Well, I have known Joelle all of my life. She is the closest thing that I have to a sister, and I've always been so grateful for her. Now, knowing her all of my life, I have tons of embarrassing stories, dating all the way back. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending upon how you see it, Joelle has banned me from saying them, which cuts my speech from like 15 minutes to like 2. But knowing Joelle that long, I've known all along that she has had this shine to her that any of you who know her know about. And knowing that shine, it's 1,000 times brighter when Paulo's around. Actually, the way it worked out was the second time I met Paulo, we were shopping for engagement rings. And he didn't have a car here yet, so he asked me to drive him. And when we were there, he thanked me for driving him and taking my time out of my day. And I said, of course, like there's not a doubt in my mind that I would do something like this. Joelle is my sister. I would do anything for her. And he turns to me and he says, well, hopefully soon you'll have a brother too. And that was the moment that I knew for sure that he was the right one for her, that he was so willing to accept me, even though we had known each other for like, I don't know, 10 hours total. Paulo, you are the guy that everyone wants for their best friend. You are so lovely, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the two of you. I love you both so much, and I just pray that as God remains the center of your relationship, you would move forward with such boldness and such beauty. I'm blessed to know you, and I think everyone here would agree that they're blessed to know you too. So to Joelle and Paulo,
Eu conheço o Paulo Bruno já faz mais de 10 anos.
I've known Paulo already for more than 10 years,
E nós temos muitas histórias engraçadas juntos.
and we have many funny stories together.
Como, por exemplo, vê-lo varrer.
Pode continuar.
Okay. Like this. I'm sweeping. Sweeping, sorry. I'm tired.
Sweeping the floor like this.
He's kind of lazy guy, so it's kind of funny for me.
Então, ele é um cara preguiçoso, isso é engraçado.
And
Você vai falar em Paulinho mesmo?
I'm saying Portuguese.
Ok.
I'm so nervous, sorry. But I said I know him for like more than 10 years.
Então, eu conheço ele já há mais de 10 anos.
And I have just amazing stories with
E
him.
eu tenho tantas histórias legais sobre ele.
And like what I said right now.
Uma delas é essa que eu acabei de contar.
And he's a very special guy.
Ele é um cara muito especial.
I don't know anyone that doesn't like him. Everybody loves
Eu
Paulo.
não conheço ninguém que não gosta do Paulo. Todo mundo gosta dele.
And I never seen him get angry or never.
Eu nunca vi ele ficar nervoso ou com raiva.
And I feel so blessed to be here and represent your friends from Brazil.
Então, eu estou muito contente de estar aqui representando seus amigos do Brasil.
Especially the ones that couldn't be here. You know why.
especialmente todos aqueles que gostariam de estar aqui e não estão.
But they won't stay here.
But,
But they want to be here.
mas eles queriam estar aqui.
And I hope you guys to be very, very blessing.
Eu desejo que vocês sejam muito abençoados.
And is one of our pastors that is dead right now, but he always said always wedding that I've been. You understand me?
I don't think
No. Casamento que ele fazia,
so. Pastor.
o pastor Newton.
Aham.
Eu vou falar agora a frase que ele vai falar.
Tá, pode ser.
Um,
This one vineyard pastor in Brazil that used to say in one of the weddings that he did,
So, Paulo, você não está casando para ser feliz.
he would say like this. If he was here today, he would say like this: Paulo, you're not getting married to be happy.
Você está casando para fazer a Joel feliz.
You're getting married to make Joel happy.
And Joel, você não está casando para ser feliz.
And Joel, the same thing. You're not getting married to be happy,
Você está casando para fazer o Paulo feliz.
but you're getting married to make Paulo happy.
And I wish you guys all the happiness, all the joy, all the love, and I see you that you complete each other.
Então eu desejo para vocês toda alegria, toda paz, toda bênção do mundo.
And God bless you.
Deus abençoe.
Cheers.
First, I want to thank for my mother for letting us host this event in her backyard. And for all of our amazing family and friends that pulled this off. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is my one chance to thank everybody publicly. Okay, here I go. I can't believe the day is here. That my little strawberry blonde girl with copper strands in her hair, who had cheeks so big that when she smiled you couldn't see her eyes, is getting married today, that is married today. When she was little, she would play in the backyard for hours, imagining that she was another person in another place. She always dreamed of living and sharing Christ in another country. As a young girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, she shared with me that she was going to be a missionary in another land. She threatened me that she was going to go to China or Africa, where I would cringe. I am so blessed that she has found Paulo, and that I'm losing my little girl to Brazil, where she has amazing family and friends that will love her and take care of her. I can do this. Okay. Joelle showed me her tenacity with running cross country. There's Brooke and Crash. Her strength when she was sick with mono and hospitalized when she was 18. I know that she will use that same strength and tenacity in showing love and support in her marriage to you, Paulo, our new son. I have the first memory of meeting Paulo when he came to our home, unannounced, several years ago. Joe and I started a dinner with 3 family, for just Joe and I and one of our children, 3. This is the time where I need to take a break and remind all of you, we have 9. We are blessed with 9 children. Okay, so there was just one going to be home for dinner. Then all of a sudden, we turned it into a dinner of 5. Okay, a few more kids showed up. We had 9. And then all of a sudden, Joelle shows up when we have 13 people for dinner. Joelle, Paulo, are you ready to join this family? We ended up ordering pizzas. So, all right. Then, a few years further, time capacitor, we're going up a few years. Joelle who never uses a computer. Never sits at a computer. All of a sudden, she's Facebooking. She's sitting there and messaging for hours. These big old long messages went on forever. And then, I don't know, 5 in the morning, she's waking up and she's Skyping. She's sitting out on the patio, freezing, with a blanket wrapped around her. And she's Skyping this guy in Brazil. So, the continents couldn't keep them apart. And then I saw him flying back and forth so they could see each other. And I'm amazed. I am amazed how God put together that job for you with us. And I am blessed for my company, and Sam and Estelle, for letting Paulo get a job and stay here for a year so that they could date. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. And how you guys can grow and share and love share the love of Christ together. I've gotten to work with Paulo this year, and I'm amazed to see how much love and friendship he can produce with other people, and how kind and a generous man he is. And I have no doubt that he will love our daughter and bless her. I am blessed to ask Ted join you into our beautiful family.
I also want to thank everybody who showed up, all the guests. So thanks for coming to joining their union. And Paulo, we've talked about Joel being an adventurer with Amanda. And your father's very astute. He used the word tender. And I first remember saying Joelle is really tender when she'd go feed the homeless people at night. This dark, scary, under the bridge place she would go because she cared and she loved. Or she'd be doing her homework and I would give her some extra cash so she didn't have to work because she was studying, and I wanted to apply that. And then instead of spending the cash on herself, buying clothes, she'd spend it on her Sunday school kids. I'm like, what's up with that? But her heart is really to others. She has a tender heart. Take care of her heart. And God says to the men to love their wives, just like your father said. And to Joelle, you got to know, Paulo has overcome obstacles. I'm the only one who was here the day he broke his leg. Nobody else was here. And, you laugh. But Paulo remained calm. He was phenomenal the whole time, the 10 minutes waiting for the paramedics to come. It was an obstacle, and he was great. I remember the first day he came to MSC. The first thing he said was, should we pray before we drive to work the first day? Do you remember? And that's a whole nother obstacle. The language, working with Sam, ask any of the people at the MSC table, it's a huge obstacle. And with your tenderness and your tenacity, marriage is full of obstacles. And I just believe together, you guys are going to accomplish all kinds of wonderful things. And I'm really happy for both of you. I really, really am. So if you could raise your glasses on a toast of happiness and joy and blessings to their union.